Welcome to my channel. My next request is one of the ones that was voted on. This had the most votes. It's Lukas Graham, and the name of the song is 7 Years. That's an interesting title. 7 Years. This was requested by Dezimondoza. The song is about going through life and achieving your goals, and this request was made on the 15th of July of 2025. Before we get into the music, I got to thank you for coming. I got to thank you for your support, for everything that you do, for the likes, the shares, the comments, the requests, the attendance of my live streams. It's amazing. It never ceases to amaze me. Thank you. I always put the artist links in the description of their playlist, so you can support them as well. But I put the link to the song that I'm reacting to in the description of the video. I also put a link in there from Wikipedia, if I can find anything that makes any sense and is relevant. I don't put the link to the reaction request form, though. I'm not currently accepting new requests. I've got over 2,600 in my queue. I got to take care of them. But you can vote on the ones that you want to hear next by clicking on the link in this video in the description. Or you can come to my live stream on Sunday. I stream for 3 hours, beginning at 3 p.m. UTC on Rumble. So if you come to Rumble at 3 p.m. UTC on Sunday and you put a request in the chat, I'm going to react to it live. I also have a live stream on Fridays. It's about an hour, hour and a half. Begins at 12 a.m. UTC on YouTube. I call that God Talks. It's a chance for me to talk about the Bible, about Christian living, walking by the Spirit, answer questions if I can, and take prayer requests. So if you're interested in that, stop by on Friday at 12 a.m. UTC. So this is Lukas Graham performing 7 Years.
Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger, pushing each other to the limits. We were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. Always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me, cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. Only see my goals, I don't believe in failure, cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old.
What an interesting song. What an interesting song. That was fascinating. That was really fascinating. His voice is okay. It's nothing special, but you know, that doesn't matter. It's the presentation. It's the way he does it. I really liked the way that he started the next phrase before he finished the previous one. I don't know if I can do this, but you know, once I was 7 years old, my mama told me. He kind of interjected it. He put it in, if you can put it that way, put it in the previous phrase, and it really, the timing of it just made a real impact on the song. I think it really made it stand out what he was singing. And so his father telling him to get a wife when he's 11 years old, that kind of cracked me up. But you know, it just was a really fascinating lyrics, really fascinating. I enjoyed that a lot. It made me think, you know, and he, when he was singing the part about how he's 60 years old, it's like so realistic about how when you get in your upper years, it's like, and I know it's not true, but it's like you feel like nobody really cares about you anymore, you know, because they all got their own lives to live, and they're busy doing their thing, and they don't seem to think about you as much as you maybe would like them to. And it's a real problem for older people, because they feel like they have no reason to live. They have no purpose anymore. It's kind of sad. I think I understand why people go into old retirement communities or nursing homes or whatever you want to call them. It's kind of like it gives them purpose again. It gives them a reason to stay alive. You know? It's not true of everybody. It's certainly not true of me, but I know it's true of a lot of people. And it's kind of sad. Makes me sad thinking about it. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. If you know someone who's old, if you have a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle who's old, and especially if they're living by themselves, call them up, talk to them. It'll mean the world to them. It really will. It will make their day. And it doesn't cost you anything, hardly. Just a little time. Just think about them. My wife sends birthday cards to all the sisters and brothers and their children and their grandchildren. And almost none of them even bother to say thank you. And every year she goes, I'm not doing this anymore. Nobody ever thanks me. And then, of course, she does it. Because that's who she is, you know. But it's like, how much does it really cost to say, pick up the phone and just say thank you for the card? You know? It costs you almost nothing. And it's a priceless gift to that older person. Really is. I hope you'll think about that. Before we move on to the next one, I want to pray that God will put a hedge of protection around you, keep you safe, keep you protected at all times from the evil one, that your house is a no-go zone for Satan, that your family is a no-go zone family for Satan. He can't touch you. And I pray that for every person that you love as well. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.